Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to review possibly the best film of the year so far, September 5, coming up. Alright, September 5 is directed by Tim Phelan, okay, and it stars Peter Sarsgaard, John Marengo, Ben Chaplin and Leonie Benesch. The film is about the first ever broadcast of the Olympic Games in Germany in Munich in 1972. ABC Sports had the main broadcast for the Olympic Games until gunshots are heard early in the morning in the Olympic Village. The report is confirmed by police on the radio, and it becomes a wild ride to find out what is going on and who is involved. It soon escalates into a hostage crisis. Palestinians have taken the Israelite athletes and have taken part in the games, and the only broadcasters available to accurately depict what is going on is ABC Sports. It was the responsibility of Rune Ulrich, that is Peter Skarsgård's character, and his team to get the footage. They need to actually get a picture of what is happening. Armed with nothing but radios, telephones, and adrenaline, they work together to tell this story of this hostage crisis that is going on. It's Jeffrey Mason, that is John Marengo's character's first time in charge of the show and is overseeing every aspect of the hostage crisis that is happening. It is a race against time because not only are they the only broadcasters that want to tell this story, all the other news outlets also want to take over the telling of this story. But ABC stand firm and decide to take this whole story on. This film has a great balance of nail-biting, edge-of-your-seat sort of suspense thriller. You really become part of the team in the control room itself. You are fully immersed in that world. They do a really good job of intertwining both the actual footage of what happened in 1972 with the shots that they filmed on the day with the actors. I'd imagine what happened was they had green screens all over the place, or they had the actual footage playing at the time and they sort of bounced off between that, which was really seamlessly well done. Like I said, it's chaotic and gripping at times. It toes the line of what they can and can't show on TV. They have this moral discussion about whether or not they should actually see everything that goes on, discussing whether they should show people being killed on television. They also draw the line of like, whose story does this belong to? Does this belong to the Americans, the Germans? Does it belong to the Israelites, the Palestinians? Who knows? Whose story does this belong to? And it's hard to believe that this was the first ever live broadcast of a terror event that happened in 1972, and over 900 million people actually saw this, which is mad to think. These numbers would never be achieved today, as there are multiple different news outlets with their own agendas and own ideas of what to broadcast and what information to send out to people. You've also got independent media as well. People everywhere have their own voice these days, so you're getting information from all sorts of directions. Again, like I said, it toes the line between accurate information and misinformation. There's a scene in the film where they say, oh, the hostages are free, everyone is fine, it's all good, and then literally a few minutes later, they are told over the radio that the hostages have all been killed. And the way they depict this scene is spot on, absolutely spot on. You feel their dread afterwards once hearing this terrible news that they've been assassinated and they've been killed, and their heart just drops. And you feel this when you're watching it in the cinema, and it is really well done. You get a sense that the German people at the time still feel the remnants of the war, and their minds still fresh from that horrific time of the war. The main characters sort of argue amongst themselves, very sort of politically charged. You never thought that sport and politics would go together, but in this, they depict that very well. And the acting across the board is amazing, from Peter Skarsgård onwards. You know, terrific job. I would say the standout performance for me was Leonie Benek. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but she plays the German translator, someone who the main characters actually dismiss at first, but soon have to rely heavily on her abilities and sort of rally around her, as she is the main source of information from the German side of things. So she, for me, was a very good actress and very good performance in this film. On another note, you could probably tie this in quite well with Steven Spielberg's Munich, which is a story about the aftermath of these events that are happening and the retaliation of the Israelites and what they did afterwards. So it would be very much a good companion piece. You could pretty much watch this film and then straight away watch Steven Spielberg's Munich afterwards. September 5 truly works well as a tight film, running in at 1 hour and 34 minutes, and it flew by, which is good. Couldn't tell you how many times I shifted in my seat and on the edge of my seat as well, and was just like gripped all the way through. This is a must-see film. If you want to watch something that's a little bit different from Bridget Jones's Diary, which is coming out next week, or Captain America, this I highly, highly recommend. It has everything. Suspense, it's a thriller, it's gripping, it's intense at times, and like I said, it has those ethical and moral dilemmas that these characters have to live with and deal with in the moment. And it is just as relevant today as it was back then when this occurred 53 years ago, and considering what is happening in that part of the world right now. So it is very, very timely, this film. So I highly recommend it. I would give this a 5 out of 5 for sure. And like I said, yeah, possibly the best film of the year so far. Maybe A Real Pain is a close second. So yeah, highly recommend it. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review of this film. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and I shall see you in the next video.